All right. Good morning, Tarkov. How we all doing? This is going to be mostly for the people that are watching the VOD. This is at least while people are on their way into the stream. If you didn't catch this live, it's fine. It's going to go up as a VOD. And if you are watching the VOD currently, this is Good Morning Tarkov, the morning show that I've been putting on for about the last week. Actually, I think it's now the full week, one full week of doing this. You'll see the name of today's topic in the title there, and if it's something that you're interested in, that's what we're going to get into. And then a little bit later, people just kind of start rattling off questions left and right, and I'll answer them to the best of my abilities. If you want to skip ahead and see what's up with the cast, you can check the description for timestamps, and then also the top comments. I'll pin a comment at the top of the comment section down there. I'll have also timestamps for each of the main topics for today's cast, which is, if you have noticed the title, explosives and boom boxes. Explosives and butt boxes. I should have made this boom boxes and butt boxes. Boom and butt boxes. I don't know. I think there's probably something that I could have done differently with that. Anyway, so today's topic, we're going to be talking about mines, and well, these are two of the most asked about subjects in these streams. We've got the secure containers and what should happen with them, and then also any kind of explosives that are going to be coming to Escape from Tarkov, because everyone is terrified about explosives and what they would do. So we're going to get to that, but I usually hang out for, I don't know, 10-ish minutes, just kind of chill a little bit before we get to the first topic. Or to the main topic, because people got to show up. We got to wait for people to actually, stroll on in. So let's just get our good mornings out of the way. How we doing, Swift King? Hey, just make sure we don't be spamming now, guys. I don't have chat up on the screen because we had some people that were being a little bit weird yesterday. So if everyone looks like they're behaving, I'll put the chat back up on the screen, which it looks like they are. So we can do something like this, where chat is going to show up eventually here. Hold up. I'm trying something new. With today's stream. There's like a studio mode where I can mess with stuff, and then if people are misbehaving, it makes it kind of easier to get that off the screen. Anyway, so yeah, we got the chat up on the screen right now. Let's see how long it takes. Let's see how long it takes for people to misbehave. But yeah, please guys, no spamming. And yep, good morning. Trickle on in. Yeah, trickle on in. Millions of the arena. Like hitboxes. No, we've been talking a whole lot about the armor hitboxes and stuff, but that's not what we're going to be talking about today. If you do want to learn more about the custom rigs and the armor hitbox feature, check out. I titled it something along the lines of the biggest change coming to Escape from Tarkov in my Changing Point playlist. So go ahead and check that out. What server do I play on? I'm not even playing today. I think I do auto. For Tarkov, I think. How's everyone doing? Hey, Taken Rex. Hey, Lucas. Hey, Joe. Have any of you guys seen the Mortal Kombat movie yet? I'm trying to figure out. I think I might check that out later today. If I have the HBO Max, whatever HBO Max is. 4 different freaking HBO things. Also, don't get worried here, guys. We're talking about Tarkov today. I'm just gotta give this a few minutes for people to show up. It bugs me how the MPX buffer adapter doesn't work on the MCX. That, I guess that would make sense, because wouldn't it be a different spring load in the buffer? Wouldn't that be different? I'm not the biggest gun guy in the world, but wouldn't that still be different based on the actual round? Or no? Would that absolutely? It's very simple. It's the same spring load or whatever. It would be the same. I don't know if it's the same like internals for that. Is economy getting reworked or changed? Not necessarily. They're kind of just tweaking it as we go a little bit, because this economy was kind of nuts. Because we had a really quick start. People were getting to the end game very quickly with this wipe, and then we had the whole Bitcoin thing pop up. So yeah. For those that don't know, Bitcoin did track realistically. So if Bitcoin would rise in the real world, then it would rise in Escape from Tarkov, and all that stuff. So since Bitcoin had that big boom, it obviously boomed in Tarkov. So, and then it kind of screwed the whole economy. Hey, Head Eyes. Hey, Cocos. All right, we seem to have a bunch of people here, so we can get on with. We need Peter Griffin. We can get on with today's topic. So I'm not able to fully pay attention to the chat while I'm like rattling off. So you know what we're gonna do? Because I'm a little bit worried about people misbehaving. So just while I'm giving my intro here a little bit, we'll take the chat off screen, because that seems to be the reason why people misbehave, is because they can see what they say up on the screen. So if you guys don't want to see the chat, it'll be over there on the right, and then if you're watching the VOD, you can actually still see the live chat over there on the right. All right, so let's turn the music down a little bit, and let's get to today's topic. And we're going to talk, if you guys are new to this, we're going to be talking about this for a few minutes, just real quickly, just to get people's minds moving. And then you guys might think of some good questions, or you might want to discuss something that I talk about. Or just regardless, we'll have, Q&A. We'll just kind of hang out and we can chat afterwards. So today's topic being explosives and butt boxes, because that is the most asked things that I get for these streams and just in general for Escape from Tarkov. So explosives, being obviously explosives, and then also mines and things that can come along with that. I guess we can go into a little bit of grenade launchers and stuff, but maybe not too much. We'll see how long it takes when I talk about the explosives. And then butt boxes being the secure containers. So if you've caught these streams before, you've probably heard me give these little talks or whatever for each of these respectively, because again, these are the most asked subjects for these streams, or just for the comments and stuff in general. So when it comes to explosives, they are confirmed. They are absolutely confirmed. And a little bit later, I have the stream open. I couldn't find my personal pictures for the work in progress on the mines and everything like that, but I'm going through BSG's Twitter in the background here, and they're gonna have those work in progress shots up here somewhere, so I can grab them and I'll put them up on screen later. But for some reason or another, I couldn't find them in the folders that I have, but I'll put them up on the screen later. Either way, there is work in progress, and there is confirmed explosives and mines, including tripwires, claymores, anti-vehicle mines, anti-personnel mines, coming to Escape from Tarkov. Now, what everyone is worried about is how that is obviously going to kill them. They're worried about how are you going to die to these constantly. They're going to put them all around the extracts and all that stuff. But what most of those people are doing, if not all, are comparing that kind of use of those explosives and those mines and whatnot to other games. Escape from Tarkov is not another game, guys. It's not any other game, guys. Just even loading your mags is obviously that's kind of new, unless you're talking about Arma. But actually, it's been so long since I've played Arma. I forget if that's instant or not when you no, because you actually have to pick up another mag for Arma, don't you? Yeah, you just find another mag that has ammo in it. I know there's some other mods and stuff that can mess with that, but really there's just lots of things that Escape from Tarkov does differently. Sorry for going on a little bit of a tangent there. There's just things that Escape from Tarkov does differently, and this is going to be one of them. You are not going to walk through a doorway and say, this would be a good place for a claymore, and then hit one key, and then magically a claymore with two little lasers sticking out appears at your feet. That's not how it's going to work. There's going to literally be animations for you to hide and to set up any kind of mines or explosives that you want to set up. And unless it has a tripwire, which there are going to be tripwire explosives set up, and we'll see if those are one of the first ones to come in, or how that's set up. But there's also going to be you need to have eyes on that position physically. I'm not actually sure what the right verbiage would be, or the right wording would be for this, but you actually have to see what that explosive is on, including claymores. Claymores are not going to be automatic. They don't have those two little lasers sticking out. They have a clacker. Claymores are going to have a clacker, and if you guys don't know what that is, if you look at every single Call of Duty ever that has ever had C4, when you throw that C4 in the air and then that thing that pops up in your hand, that's a clacker. It's like a remote control to tell the explosive to actually explode. It's going to have that for claymores in Escape from Tarkov. So you need to pick a good location, and then you need to actually physically go through the process of setting up that claymore or setting up that explosive, and then you need to go on with your day or whatever you might want to do, because as an ambush kind of tactic, you really need to know if someone's going to be there in order for it to be used effectively. And for the poor soul that ends up walking through that doorway or ends up stepping on that mine or whatever, it's obviously going to be super effective because it's explosives, it's a mine, it's claymore, it's anti-personnel. They're going to get hit. They're going to get hit hard, if not put down. So, but think again how these are used in other games, which is where people are actually getting most of their frustration and what they're actually worried about. In those other games, you know, Call of Duty, Battlefield, anything like that, there is no loot involved in those other games. You use those explosives and you use those mines to get XP. Once that person is dead and you've gotten your XP in game, your job's done. The explosive has done its job. Actually, specifically the explosive or that claymore, it's done its job. Good to go. You get some more points. You get that extra money in game or whatever, and then you're good to go. In Escape from Tarkov, that's barely the end of the story. It's barely that's actually just the beginning. Now you need to go loot that person if you're going to actually make use of that super expensive, theoretically super expensive, or at least super hard to obtain item, which is that explosive or that claymore or that anti-personnel mine or that tripwire mine or whatever it might be, to actually make use and have that be, you know, worth your time and worth your money and worth everything, worth your effort and all that stuff. So what comes after that explosive? That's obviously everyone else hearing that explosive go off and wanting to investigate. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. What's going on with the new woods? Because there's new mines, there's new mine locations on woods. Anytime you're anywhere close to that and you hear a mine go off, there could be a body over there. You're going to go investigate, or at least there is someone that is having a very bad day, and you might be able to make it worse and then get some gear off of them. Same thing over if someone, I mean, this is pretty easy to understand nowadays over on Shoreline there. I don't really see too many people doing this these days, but same thing over in Shoreline back in the day. People used to, or when they first made the mines actually work on Shoreline. The mines along the terminal there on Shoreline didn't used to actually explode. So you could run through there. You could use that for cover all you wanted. The tank traps and stuff over there and the exploded tanks and stuff like that. You could use that as cover and you could run through there no problem. And then once they made the mines, obviously you started hearing boom booms over there. And then that's a little bit of a different situation because I wouldn't necessarily walk into a minefield to loot someone unless they had something really good on them. But the same kind of setup. So if you hear that explosive or if you hear that noise that something's going on over there and you're close by, and you know, you're ballsy enough, whatever you might want to call it, you're going to go investigate. Same thing goes for these personal use explosives and these mines and stuff like that. You need to go loot that person, and you better do it quick because that was loud as hell. So not to mention that guy could have a buddy, and it's pretty obvious someone's going to be coming for that body when that explosive's used, because what else would it be used for other than maybe security reasons or whatnot, which is actually a good use for those. So if you want to set up like a good sniper position or something up in streets or something, you can put some claymores behind you. And if someone really gets behind you, and that's the theoretical thing, is that you would have to actually still see them without wasting the claymores because you still need to do the clacker. Maybe it'll give them a good surprise or something like that. Or you put some tripwires back there. It would probably be more effective so that you don't actually have to keep eyes on that. So yeah, that's explosives. Everyone that thinks about them in different games and not in Escape from Tarkov. There's going to be a risking it for the biscuit kind of situation with mines and explosives. What is the biscuit with the mine? Because sure, you're going to get a little bit of XP for killing that person since you set that mine down, but it's only a little bit. You got to loot them to get the extra XP, and to make it worth your investment in that mine, you need to actually get something off microwave. Of them. So
you make good videos.
Hey, appreciate it, Samo. Yeah, appreciate it. I forgot that I have the alerts on this, so really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, so you need to make it worth your investment into that, so you need to hopefully get something good from their gun or their armor or something like that. All right, so that's explosives. Now on to the butt boxes, which is, you know, your quote-unquote secure containers. Everyone wants me to talk about this, and I do have a couple videos explaining my thought process with this and my opinions on this kind of a bit more. The way that I see it is like in a pros and cons kind of thing with these secure containers, and then at the utmost, at the tip of the spear kind of a thing, as the biggest problem with these is that hundreds of thousands of people have purchased this game with one of its most redeeming features of specifically what package. You know, I'm looking at EOD, I'm looking at everyone above the basic version of the game. What are they going to get out of that secure container? And then obviously including the stash and your starting gear and whatnot. The starting gear we can talk about all day. Like, it's not necessarily like that much of an improvement. Sure, it's a little bit quicker. You get some good stuff in there. But really the biggest value is that secure container. At least for me. That's the way I see it. So hundreds of thousands of people have purchased this game expecting that secure container to work a certain way, and iterating on that in a sensible way makes complete sense, sure, because you need the game to be a little bit balanced here and there, and if it's really screwing with the game, then it does make sense to mess with it. To remove it completely is really, at least in my mind, completely out of the question. It is really completely out of the question. Why am I seeing question marks? Can you guys hear me? What's up? Volume is quite low. All right, we can turn that up a little bit. I know I've been getting that. I've been getting that a lot lately, so I'll turn it up a little bit. I don't know why there's question marks popping up in chat. Hopefully, it seems like everyone can hear me, so we're gonna keep going. Yeah, all is fine. Yeah, I'm not sure what. Okay, seems to be good. I saw some question marks in chat here, guys, so I just didn't know what was going on. Anyway, lost my train of thought there, unfortunately. I know I was talking about secure containers. Yeah, so I think where I was going with that was, yeah, you can't remove them because people expected that to be part of unless you replace it with something like really, really significant, which would be a whole big deal after that. So you can't just straight up remove them unless you give them, you give them, me included here, everyone, a big something to replace that item, whether it be even a bigger stash or more items that you start with, or trader rep or something. But then that's a huge waterfall when it comes to balance for everything else. So I think the best way to go at the secure containers right now is to iterate on them. You already can't put guns in there. You already can't put thermals devices. You can't put NVG devices or night vision devices in there. Some of the more expensive items you can't even fit in there or get in there anyway. There's lots of stuff that can go around it. And personally, I think my opinion around this is that there are other ways to get what you want from that, which is people want less hatchet runners, people want less pistolines, which pistolines I'm actually okay with because at least you're bringing a gun. You're putting some value on yourself there and actually allowing yourself to survive a bit longer there. But mainly, I think the main issue there is the ease of the ability to remove value from a raid when everyone else in that raid, if everyone else is bringing gear, is spending much more. They're bringing the good guns, they're bringing the good armor, they're bringing the good meds, all that stuff, to go and get that gear when a cheeky lad with just no gear whatsoever can run in there with a key in his butt box and be able to yoink that LEDX or key or whatever it might be on the other side of that locked door, or that specific maybe hidden stash or whatever it might be. I think there's other ways around that. So the hidden stashes themselves actually is kind of a good starting point because they're hidden. They're kind of difficult, and sure, with the community these days, everyone can map those out and they know exactly what those are. But so does everyone else, and but most of them are in the complete open. Everyone knows where they are, and they're in the open. So if someone's looking for their shooter born in heaven, thanks for giving that. That's usually what I do. If I go over it, well, the interchange isn't a map anymore for shooter born in heaven, but I used to have easy shots on people if I didn't get my shots off the spawn, because I know someone's probably going to come by that. Someone's probably going to come by that secure container. They're going to crouch down, and they're not going to be moving for like 5 to 10-ish seconds at least. So easy shooter born in heaven right there. So you can get the same kind of outcome with customs. Possibly with there's only like 2 that are 100 meters away ish. Most of them are pretty close in on customs, but same thing can go for shoreline as well. If you just camp outside or you camp around one of the hidden stashes. And then another thing is they could put scavs. So if there's a locked door, if there's a specific location that these hatchet runners or these pistolines or anything that anyone is actually worried about, I think there's other ways to go around it that is less invasive than changing how something that someone paid for works. Is basically that's my opinion, and that's what I'm basing off of how we should go at these secure containers and stuff like that. Personally, I think they're good right now. You can put things in them, you could take things out of them, all that stuff. Like, I'm okay with that. They're good for keys, they're good for meds, they're good for extra ammo, stuff like that. Generally speaking, I think that's fine. It's also a easy, especially where there's no tutorials and it's such a brutal game at the beginning. It's an easy stepping stone for people to actually get some money and actually get into the game. I mean, we've all been there, and then actually once you start understanding the game a bit more, you start using it for its real uses, right? You make a little bit of extra space in there if you end up finding a LEDX or a surgery kit or anything like that, or teapot, GPU, stuff like that. But then you have to make your choices. Like, are you going to get rid of that that surgery kit that you have in there already. You're gonna get rid of your extra ammo. You're definitely not gonna get rid of your docs case or your key bar or whatever else you have in there. So it adds to the game in my opinion. But yeah, so that's my basic point of view on it. They can iterate on it, but removing it doesn't make any sense to me. I really don't think they should just straight up remove them. Maybe there's a couple more things that they can do in terms of timing with them. Maybe there is some kind of weird timed sequence to them or something. But honestly, when it comes to secure containers, I think there's an easier, maybe not theoretically easier, but there is a better way, in my opinion, to go around that. And it's just scavs. Make the things harder to get to. Put some scavs around there. Put the scav boss around there. With the dynamic loot economy and stuff like that, or that wouldn't be economy, but dynamic loot, making it not so obvious where the best of the best stuff is, or at least if there is, one to 4 different very hot locations on that map, have it be loaded with scavs or something actually useful to protect that item or that possible item and stuff like that. So yeah, those are the 2 topics for today. Those are the 2 things that I think come up the most, if anything, for Escape from Tarkov, at least during these streams. So those explosives and those claymores, and then also the secure containers, aka those butt boxes there. The quote unquote the prison wallets there with the secure containers. So if you guys are watching the VOD, you can obviously rewind. You can go check out also the description and the top comment for the timestamps in case you missed anything. And then obviously also if you guys are live, if you want to scroll back, because YouTube you can do that. You can scroll back. I know there's no timestamps obviously because you guys are here live, but you can go and you can go check that out if you missed anything. All right, now on to Q&A. How's everybody doing? We'll put the slideshow up. I got some new pictures from you guys for the slideshow here. It should be up. Where is it? Boop, boop. Where is that slideshow? Oh, it's because I changed the name. Hold up, boys. Alright, that should be it. Yes, it is. Okay. Alright, if you guys are misbehaving, are other people misbehaving? I do see a chat. I see Jack bopping some people. So for now, we'll keep the chat away for now, because it seems like that's the most significant use of it that people like to see there, whatever they're saying pop up. Yeah, you guys need to chill. So on to the Q&A. Lots of people are here. Lots of people talking. Thanks for hanging out today. If you guys are going to ask a question, because there are so many people that ask questions, if you do what JH did there, if you do what Primal Gamer did there, and if you do what Jacob did there more recently, if you do the @NiceGuySpaceTarkov, I'll put it up in chat here in a second myself. That makes it much easier for me to see it, so that I'll be able to answer you guys. And we do these for about an hour, so we got over half an hour left. There's plenty of time for me to get to most of the questions here. So if you have something, make sure you pop it up in chat with the @NiceGuySpaceTarkov, and like I said, I'll put it in chat here too. Like that. So if you have a question, pop it up there. I almost just spilled my coffee. All right, JH, what we got here? Have you ever thought about hosting Tarkov debates on some of these topics? There's already enough debates in the comments, man. I specifically have wanted to do this like as a solo thing because I know what I'm about. So I don't want to be causing any issues with having, too many people or too many different opinions or, not letting people talk. The biggest gripe I have, which they've got their reasons. It's really, I really appreciate it as it is and all that stuff. But it seems like every time we get something with Escape from Tarkov, there's 50 people, and they're always adding people. They never say no to anyone in the Tarkov podcast. There's 6 or 9 or there's 12 people on these podcasts, and there's not enough time for everyone to actually say their piece and stuff like that. It just gets awkward. So I'm gonna see how I do completely alone, and then in the future there's already some people that have reached out, not necessarily reached out, but we were discussing and stuff like that. So maybe we have some guests in the future, but I don't think I would do it as a morning show. It would probably be more in the afternoon. because I'm still having issues with Twitch here. So maybe we start moving to more live stuff on YouTube at this rate, because Twitch is being a bitch. Twitch is being a bit of a bitch. I'm not able to get it working as intended, really. So we'll see what happens. See what ends up happening with that. Primal here, yeah, like scavs should patrol areas with higher loot, and if I do night runs, I want to see them sleeping on sofas and stuff. And the bug boxes, the issue, are Chad's expecting one room loot. One room loot. I'm not sure exactly what that means with the one room loot there, but yeah, it seems like we're on the same track there with those opinions. Do you think any of the story missions will be different for Bear and USEC? Absolutely. Actually, I'm pretty certain. With the audio change there, I think I might have just peaked a little bit. Let me, I don't know if my mic just peaked there, because I might have fucked that up. I'll have to go back and check that later. Sorry if I just peaked there. I gotta mess with my mic a little bit more, because you guys said it was too low, so maybe I'll mess with that a little bit more later. Anyway, yeah, there's definitely going to be differences between Bears and USEC, because USEC is the, theoretically the bad guys of Escape from Tarkov. So they're gonna be different. Karma, will PMC Karma be introduced in the middle of the next wipe? We don't actually have a date. We're not actually sure what's going on with that. Thanks. Good thing I removed the chat with that guy, it looks like. Jack, you got your work cut out for you today. Hopefully I can find you some help with that. Hopefully I can find you some extra help. We here at the Tarkov Morning Show are looking for some moderation assistance these days, because it's starting to get a bit more popular than I expected. Anyway, so PMC Karma will be introduced in the middle of the next wipe. Likely not. We haven't heard any specific information about that, but likely not. Likely not. So, what do you think about adding a timed animation for the secure container? That's I actually mentioned that towards the last bit of that. Oh, speaking of, up on the screen there, that's the Omicron. That's going to be a 3x3 and then a 1x3 slot there. I added a bunch of different pictures for like future plans and stuff related to future plans for Tarkov here in the slideshow. This is what we thought would be leg armor, but we think that that's not coming anymore. We think that they might add like something like a holster on there, but we'll see what they end up doing with that armor. And then there's your boy Big K. Wish they would have what about the timed animation? It wouldn't necessarily be an animation, but it would be something like with a lock or something. I mean, maybe that's a huge as realistic as playable thing. Honestly, personally, I think that they're okay where they are right now, and I think there's other ways. There's other solutions to that problem. Bonked. Yep, thanks, Jack. Wish they would have went more into detail about Lighthouse. I mean, it's with time, man. It's with time. They got the factory expansion. Hell, we haven't even really seen too much about the factory expansion. Other than I think this very well could be that vest that you're seeing on screen right now. That could be Cavaldo's right there. It's either going to be that, or it's going to be for the Streets boss there. For that rig that you saw there a second ago with the middle finger on it. Yeah, I mean they're gonna be talking about Lighthouse with in more detail for sure. It's just in time. We got Streets, we got the factory expansion, and then Lighthouse, and then Streets. So we'll see what happens. Hosting debates with other streamers. It's not really what I do here. It's really not. I'm sure it sounds like an interesting idea, so it can go that can be on someone else's channel. It's not really what I do here. What does the explosions you are talking about? Mines. If you look at my Future Gun video, I talk all about like the explosives, and I have the actual pictures and stuff that for the future of explosives. Also, if you just want to rewind, I talked about it earlier, so you can go back and you can go check that out there, Alan. I have a question. I would like to know your opinion in having an 8 to 10 second animation to remove and add things. Yeah, again, there really wouldn't be like an animation. Okay, no. I see what you guys are saying there. So it's like you literally pull out the secure container and then you like unlock it and then it opens. Ah, okay. I see what you guys are saying. Yeah, that actually could be interesting. All right. I see what you mean with the animation there. Yeah, I'm actually, that doesn't seem too invasive. So like, theoretically that could be a good idea. We would need to test that and see what that actually ends up doing. I'd be on that train of testing things, but again, like I said earlier, I think we're in a good spot. Right now for that stuff. I really do think we're in an okay spot with that. But I still think that there's other things that could be done. Although, if there is going to be anything done in terms of actually more iteration on how the secure containers work, it would be that. Maybe not necessarily 8 to 10 seconds, but they're definitely adding a physical animation where you sure as shit shouldn't be able to lose that secure container, but maybe you lose the item that you're trying to put into it. Something like that for sure. It would be interesting. At least to check that out. What do you think about the smart shotgun? I forget the actual name. It's the MP155. It's interesting. Definitely interesting. There's a lot of that. You know, extra tech that's going to be coming into the game, or at least planned to come into the game. So we'll see what that ends up happening. I thought they were going to be able to do something like a corner shot. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the corner shot, where the thing you can kind of like wrap it around a corner and you see a monitor. It's like a Glock or whatever on the other end, and you can literally wrap it around a corner. And then you have a monitor on the other end. You can see exactly what it's looking at. I thought it was going to be something like that. I was like, oh shit, are we ready for that? But especially with a shotgun. But no, it's something to do with it's as if it was a flashlight. It's as if it was a flashlight, and then you have a little. I don't even know if it is a monitor. The only thing that I've seen about it is that it's like a little LED screen for like the options of how it works and stuff like that. So I'm not necessarily sure how that's going to work, or what the advantages of that are going to be. But we'll see. They said it's going to be thermal, and there's going to be a little monitor there possibly, so we'll see what ends up happening with it. Did they show pictures of the factory expansion? No, actually, they haven't. They talked about it a bit, and it could be up to twice the size, if not more. So it's going to be significant. It is going to be a significant... it's going to be bigger and better than ever, because they actually they do the graphics overhaul when they do these map expansions as well. So going to look better. There's going to be a boss boy there that tries to hit you with a hammer, and it's going to be a lot more room around to run around for activities. So should be cool. After we move around the a-holes that are spamming here, if we get open world, will we still load in and out of games, or will it be like DayZ or Rust? You would still have to load in and out because you have the hideout and stuff, right? Although we haven't had like too many specifics with that. We're gonna see the map to map travel first, and then we'll get into that. So don't take that as gospel. But I mean, you still need to go to your hideout at some point. So I'm assuming that's gonna be how that works. Do you know anything about private sector map? It's on the Tarkov wiki. Strange that you said that, because I recently saw that as well, and I'm not sure what's going on with that. That's the first time that I've seen that. Maybe it has something to do with Arena. Maybe it has something to do with skyscrapers. I'm not sure. But I did see that pop up on the wiki. I'm friends with the wiki boys, so maybe I'll ask them about that later today. But that's good. I'll take a note about that. I forgot about that, actually. Private sector, question mark, logic. So I'll ask them about that. I want to see what's going on with that. What's going on, David? Since I live in Brazil, I can only buy the game in Euro, which makes it expensive. Do you know if they intend to make the game more accessible for other regions, like a Steam release? I know that Steam is in question, but I don't have any specifics on that. I think I have a video specifically talking about that. That's probably something that you should go check out if you want the more details information about it, because it's like it would be fresh in my mind when I made that video. So if you go to my front page for my channel and you type in Steam, it should be one of the first videos that pop up there. Type in like Escape from Tarkov Steam release, or Steam release on my front page there, and you should see it. Will we ever be able to revive our friends if they didn't die by grenade or headshot? Yes, actually, I have a video specifically talking about that. So the future of medical in Escape from Tarkov, if it is due to something like they are passing out to a concussion or blood loss or something like that, or shock, they are actually planning on having something where you can revive them, whether it be like through epi or adrenaline, or even the defibrillator, stuff like that, as well as the advanced animations to be able to drag them out of the way and stuff and carry them. Actually, the carry maybe not, but dragging. I think there is going to be the dragging, but maybe not the carrying. I don't know. I forget off the top of my head, actually, to be honest. I have a video talking about advanced animations, and same thing with the Steam there. If you go and check out the front page of my channel and then you type in animations, it should be one of the first videos that pop up. Because when I make these videos, I do all my research and stuff, so it's very fresh in my mind. So I would go check that out if you really want to know the details about that. When Tarky goes open world, do you think they'll add scav camps around the world where scavs sleep, eat, and arm themselves? I mean, sure, there's plenty of those kind of already. If you had something more specific, you have more details about that guy? Jace? I might be able to answer a bit better. I'm sure there's going to be other camps. There's going to be other locations, you know, hot areas and stuff for all the scav factions. Theoretically, you know, UN, not VDV. What am I thinking of there? What are those special forces? The special forces that they said they were going to add. You're going to hear my voice here in a second. One sec. Oh, actually, nope, because I'm live streaming, so that's good. Who are they? Who are they? GRU. The GRU and the regulars and stuff like that. The Russian GRU, the special forces. So I'm sure there's going to be little hotspots that pop up like that. That pick was a para-dropped crate. Yeah, they're actually thinking about having events like that in raid. They're going to do para-drop stuff. I don't know whatever happened to the almost went on the Full House thing. Almost went the Full House song there. Whatever happened to the no-fly zone, but Nikita mentioned that recently with the airdrops and stuff and the unique events and stuff like that. It's not gonna be like on you know, it's not gonna be like on a Call of Duty or nothing like that. You're literally gonna maybe see some smoke. You'll hear the plane. It's actually gonna be a lot like Rust. If anything, I would compare that to something like Rust, because you see the plane, you see where it's gonna be dropping, then you go and you try to get it. But other than that, we don't have much information about that. Do we know if there will be a breaching charge for breaching doors or possible walls? Definitely not walls, but there could be some door breaching because I know they want to blast open doors. They want to be able to pick, break, pry, and blast open doors in different ways. So it could be for doors. Definitely not for walls, though. Definitely not for walls. At least not intended solid walls. There might be some walls here and there where, you know, they might set it up a bit differently where it's intended to be breached. Like it's a very specific, they set it up where there used to be an opening there, but they put a wall there and you could breach it if you want, kind of a thing. But definitely not like, if it's meant to be a solid wall, then be able to breach it because they're not going to have like the right physics for that. Or not, I wouldn't necessarily be physics. It's just the right setup for that. In the future, will there be animations for loading bullets into magazines? Yep. Look out. There is a hornet behind you. What? No, not today. Nope, not today. Got me though. Got me there though. That's weird. Without the camera, I'm strange how you would know that there's a hornet behind me. There actually, I no shit. I actually do see one flying. It's kind of a big room I'm in. If you guys don't usually hear my echo, but anyway, it's not on my face or on my coffee, so I'm good today. Door physics coming eventually? Absolutely. It's like what I just mentioned there with blowing, kicking, breaching, prying open doors, stuff like that. Is it true that the thermal stim is actually in game? Yeah, if you guys don't believe me, your boy Landmark posted it the other day. I got some hate for that. When I say stuff, guys, trust me, there's valuable research behind it. So if I say something's in game, there's actually it's probably in game. So yeah, apparently Landmark saw it go up in the flea market. I don't know how someone, I mean, they obviously found it and they put it up on the flea market. It must just be really rare, or they did something to the drop rate of it or something. But trust me, it's in game, guys. What do you think for adding an animation cutscene for spawning, extracting? It'd be kind of cool, sure. I don't know what that would do in terms of extras and stuff. Like, I mean, it's better than a black screen, so it could be interesting, sure. Does the boss only have a hammer? It shouldn't have like it shouldn't only have a hammer. There's he's wearing a rig with magazines on it, so he shouldn't only have a hammer. Hell, if the cultists don't only have knives, then this guy shouldn't only have a hammer. How do you feel about them adding riot shields? If so, the riot shield thing is, I know I talked about that in a past video, like a way past video. But there's reason to believe that it would only be for the boss. So same thing can go possibly with like that Scorpion backpack with like the 175 rounds or whatever it might end up being of ammunition for the PKP or the PKM or whatever it might be for that boss. But that riot shield, theoretically, it could only be for a boss, so we wouldn't be able to use it. But even if we do use it, I'm not too worried about it because I know that it's Escape from Tarkov. They're going to figure out a realistic way to do it. There's not too many weapons that I think it would be very useful for them to have as a one-handed weapon on the side there, because in other games it's basically a pure damage model. You know, with those G18s, or those are the little submachine guns that you can one hand over on the side. So sure, they're pretty deadly in Call of Duty and other games, but where you're gonna have the armor, you're gonna have the visors and stuff that can stop most of the rounds that you're going to see from most of the bullets or most of the weapons that you're going to see come around with that one-hander around the ride shield. If that's even a thing, I honestly, I don't think we're going to be too worried about it. It's still going to be effective and it's still going to be useful in its own ways, but I don't think we're going to be too worried about it, especially if it's only a boss thing. Actually, if it is a boss thing, that's going to be terrifying, but we'll see. I know Nikita basically said no more animals because it would be hard on the servers, but what about one random bear that spawns randomly? I mean, maybe that'd be funny, wouldn't it? But yeah, we'll see. That'd be a funny way to do it if there's just one random bear. That'd be funny. But yeah, definitely no extra animals and stuff. There's already enough going on with the servers. Do you know any plans on hideout and making it more realistic? I mean, that's pretty open-ended question there, Bub. I'm not sure about what would make it more realistic. There's definitely way more plans for the hideout, including even like they're talking about even one of the DLCs being an even more extended hideout. More things coming for the shooting range, more things coming for like training in there, weapon modding, crafting, all that stuff. There's a lot more coming to the hideout, but that's pretty open-ended there, Michael. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by more realistic. Have you looked into the single player modded version of Tarkov? We're not supposed to talk about that. So yeah, we can't. That's like from both. It's against BSG's terms and services, of course. So we can't really go into that. So no, we can't really go into the single player stuff with that stuff. So oh well. I'm trying to figure out how to correctly word that stuff. Since we're already on the subject, and I'm sure you guys are going to go Google it anyway, personally, the way that I see it is we're already going to have a divided community as it is, and I'll just say this once. I'm not going to answer any extra questions or anything about this, but we're already going to have enough of a divided community as it is with the server infrastructure that they're going to be setting up for launch, with the persistent wipes and the persistent servers and the periodical wipes and stuff like that. So having something like that, I don't think it's going to be very good for the future of the game. And there's going to be easier ways. There's going to be more tutorials coming. That's going to make it easier for you guys that are struggling, that might want to go look for options like that to go do that. Also, if you like having your account that you paid for, I would suggest that you don't do that. That's the only thing I'll say about that. Have you looked into the... Yeah, I already said that. It's possible they remove Flea Market for a while to test things. On the ETS, sure, they could be testing out on the ETS, but I don't think they would ever do that on the live servers. Especially not now since the ETS is up. Wouldn't it be easy to kill the factory boss if he's not going to only have a hammer, guys. He's very likely to have a weapon as well. Ever going to change the ping limit to maybe a higher limit? Possibly in the future. Nikita said that a couple times. It's possible. I know they've already done some incremental things with it in certain regions and stuff. Is there any evidence in the lore that BSG will add a SA-80 assault rifle, new British Army variants to the game? Like I said with my future gun video, if it makes sense to be in a Russian population or in a modern-day war zone, then it makes sense to be in Tarkov. I think the LA-85 or whatever it's called, I think they have plans for that. But yeah. Not sure about the SA-80 there. What's up, Daz? What do you prefer, 9mm or 45 ACP Vector? I like the 9mm. 9mm go Bert. And you have the bigger magazines. First of all, thanks for all the work you've done. Love it so far. Do you happen to know anything about the faction skills and what they do? No clue about Bear Raw Power. I think they're pretty self-explanatory with those. And no, they haven't spoken anything specific about like what they do and stuff. If you guys are interested in what he's talking about, actually, I guess I can pull it up real quick here because I think I have it. I think I have it up there. I do. It's right here. So if I go over here, this is what he's talking about here. So we've got, I think they're pretty self-explanatory. So we've got Bear AK systems, so they're going to be more efficient with AKs. Bear assault operations, maybe they can breach doors or break open doors quicker or something like that. Bear authority, it has something to do with negotiating with traders or trader rep and stuff like that. Bear heavy caliber. Again, maybe they're good with shotguns. That does look like the shotgun muzzle brake there. So maybe they have something more specific with shotguns or close quarters and stuff like that. And then raw power. Maybe it has something to do with their strength or something. But this is all like speculation and stuff. Literally the only information that we have to go off of right now is this. So this is all we have right now. No extras, but I think they would be pretty self-explanatory. Same thing with USEC here. They're probably going to be good with ARs. When it comes to deep weapon modding, they're probably going to be more efficient or have better access to maybe repairing weapons or something like that. I'm not really sure exactly how you would go into a skill with weapon modding. Maybe they can break them down quicker because eventually you're going to be able to modify them easier in raid. Excuse me. Long range optics, obviously, sniping or something, could be doing something with that. And then negotiations, again, that would be with like trader rep or something. And then USEC tactics. Not actually sure how that would be useful. USEC tactics. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let's speculate a little bit on that, I guess. USEC tactics. What would that be? Maybe they do move a little bit quicker. Oh, you know what it could be? Maybe they reload quicker or something like that. Tactic. I'm not sure what tactics would entail there, but yeah, those are the skills that you were talking about there. Also, thanks for the kind words. Appreciate it. Face reveal. You don't need to see my face in order to understand Tarkov better. We're good. It just takes up space on the screen. A bit of a philosophical question. What's your excitement and expectation of the released, fully devved Tarkov? What is the thing that inspires you to make these videos and support it? For sure, it's just the game in its entirety. I'm working on a video. I've been working on a video for the last about week or so now. That's literally that. It's going to be the what I see Tarkov being at launch, and I'll go into huge details with that for sure. It's just everything that comes with it. It's just everything that comes with the territory. It's the graphics of it. It just looks realistic. I know it's not the most realistic, but it just looks good. It's the weapons. I like a lot of the guns that are in this game. I like the movement of it. I like the play styles of it. I like the lore behind it. It's just my favorite game in its entirety. So for more, you're gonna check out that video. You should check out that video I put up in a week or two. You think we'd do something like escort missions when it comes to open world? Possibly. Where'd you get these pictures? Just all over the internet. People sent them. Also, if you guys want pictures that are decent, if they are actually, able, safe for work kind of stuff to be put on a live stream, you guys can jump on Twitter and then tweet at me at @a_nice guy, and I'll add it to the slideshow here. Also, I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers over there. I'm at like 940 or something like that. So I'd appreciate the follow over there. Do you know when they will add? I'm having to skip some questions here, guys. We're coming up on 9:50. So I'm just gonna genuinely pop through the questions here and see what happens. See what I can grab. If I haven't gotten to your question yet, and you put it like a few minutes ago, then put it up once in the most recent chat, and I'll see if I can get to it. Do you know when they will add the next map and what it will be? I know exactly what it will be. It's gonna be the factory expansion. It should be in 12.11. I just put up a video about that. After that should be Lighthouse, and then after that it should be Streets, and that's throughout the next year or so. Streets should be this year, so I can't say or so. It should be throughout the next year. Realistic is not the word I meant. Immersive. You lost me there with Michael. I'm not sure. I can't go back on your question. Ask the whole question again, and maybe I might be able to help better. I want Killer to get a PKP with a Scorpion backpack. Oh, that'd be nuts. That'd be nuts. Do you think we will get a boss on Labs ever? Any evidence in the lore for that? I think it could make sense to have some kind of mad scientist down there or something. But if there was going to be a boss down there, I'm not sure why they wouldn't have added it already. Maybe because everyone's already evac'd out of that location and there's just the raiders down there. I'm not sure about that. Other than, like I just said, yeah, if there was going to be a boss on that location, I feel like they'd already be down there. But then again, they have said several times that they want multiple bosses on each location, so could be. Do you think the Christmas pack will be given next wipe? Christmas pack? Definitely not. I mean, is it Christmas? Christmas in July or whatever? I mean, it wouldn't be July, but well, hopefully it wouldn't be July. But no, Christmas is for New Year's and stuff, man. Is the M1 Grant possible? They better not add a fucking tank into this game from World War One. The Grant? No, you mean the Garand? I don't think so. I don't think it has a place in like modern day Russia, population or like a war zone or anything. So I don't think the M1 Garand's gonna be coming, but could be. You got its Russian equivalent with the SVT-40. That should be coming, so you might check that out. Thanks for the honest answers. I started playing EFT in April 17, so pretty much end of closed alpha. Same. I just wish they got in, pick up the pace with factions and the meeting of. Man, they're growing as fast as they can. Trust me, there's a lot going on. It makes sense. Thoughts on civilian guns and calibers such as 22, single shot, or double barrels? The double barrels are coming. The single shots are coming. 22, I don't know if it makes too much sense to have 22, but maybe we'll see. Anything about maps changing dynamically? Plane or helicopter crashes? Absolutely not. There's going to be some events here and there, but they're definitely not going to have like Levolution or anything like that. There's not going to be falling down buildings or nothing. Being a USEC or a bear, this would make... Being a USEC or a bear, this would make it have a deeper connection for people who didn't play the game before EFT. I find it... Being a USEC or a bear... This is... I'm not sure where you're going with that, man. There's going to be their differences with the skills, if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, those are what's going to make choosing which faction you want to use actually worth it. Actually unique, because it's going to have, on top of like the cosmetic clothing, depending on what you like with that, it's also going to be the unique skills there. Do you think they should add the animations back when opening doors and crates? Need something more specific there. Have it like take longer or something. I'm not sure what that would add. I don't know. Maybe if they think it makes sense, then I'll adapt whatever that might be. Maybe we'll get the Black Division to inhabit labs. What's your thoughts? So speaking of Black Division, that's popping up on screen right now. So when it comes to the Black Division, my theory on it has shifted slightly. I know we've seen patches about with it and stuff like that, but the way that the Black Division operates, I don't see them as being someone who would wear a patch that says Black Division. So given the information that we have on it, I actually have shifted my theory on it, and I think it is a bit more likely that the Black Division is going to be mostly cosmetic, and that it's going to be like the top 1,000 players in Arena or something like that. Or it's like the top 1,000 players in the world or something, equivalent to that. Because why would anyone in the Black Division wear a patch that says Black Division? They're going to be like all blacked out and super stealthy, super operator and all that stuff. So I think it's going to be mostly a cosmetic thing. We'll see if they end up popping up into the game. Maybe they do end up popping up as like an NPC faction or something like that. But given what we've found on it already, I think it makes more sense to call them a cosmetic thing. Maybe the top 1,000 players on Arena or whatever that number might be. And that's my speculation. That's not anything from BSG or anything. But we did see those pictures of the patches over there and also the armbands. So like I said, given who the Black Division are supposed to be, I don't think it makes sense for them to wear an armband or a patch like that. So, yeah, we'll see what ends up happening with that. Excuse me. Do you think they should... I already got that one. How far will BSG go with spray paints? Realistic. It's not going to go pink or anything like that. BSG actually, they did a stream not too long ago where they showed off some examples of that. I think I did a video specifically about that with spray paint videos, or spray paint videos, spray paint guns. Check on the front page of my channel there and look up weapon skins, Escape from Tarkov weapon skins, see what pops up. The thumbnail, I remember making the thumbnail a red sniper rifle. So it should be something like that, a red M700. Why isn't this channel more popular? It's fine. I'm gonna freak out if too many more people show up, so it's fine. It's fine. How far will yeah, I already got that. Why do we have a temperature icon with a heat exhaustion and hypothermia? Because there's going to be weather. It's going to be more significant weather coming. Same thing goes with like the radiation and stuff. There's going to be radiation and dangerous environments and stuff like that coming. So in alpha, there was actual hand touching the door and pushing it away when opening a crate. When you see yourself opening it. With the doors, like the slightly opening doors and stuff like that, I know that that's planned, along with the breaching and stuff like that, all the different ways you can breach it. But with boxes, I'm not sure what that would add. Not sure why they took it away either, but you know, maybe. Have they given us any scale comparison statistics for Streets compared to other current maps? No, but I did do a video where I mocked it up in Unreal Engine. I know it's not Unreal for some reason. Because I put it on Unreal, people were freaking out. It's like, it's not Unreal Engine. Yeah, I know how to use Unreal Engine. I know how to grayscale stuff in Unreal Engine easier, so I used Unreal Engine. People freak out at the weirdest stuff. So I did a general scale, you know, workup, mock-up, whatever you want to call it, kind of a thing. Grayscale, what am I saying? Gray box. Gray box is the word I was looking for, not grayscale. Gray box of Streets there. So hopefully that answers your question. And we have some more info now recently with all these extra screenshots and stuff, and the new teaser that we got. So I do have to update that video, but there should be another video coming soon for Streets. So I'm waiting on that, and then I'll probably pull the plug and actually get that video done for the next actual showing off what Woods is, or showing off what not Woods, Streets. I want to see more World War II guns like Tommy guns and MG34. It's just not going to happen, man. This is a modern day shooter. This isn't like your Call of Duty or anything like that. If the gun makes sense to be in a Russian population, or if it makes sense to be in a modern day war zone, that's the gun that is supposed to. Those are the kind of guns that are supposed to be in Escape from Tarkov. Sure, they might meme it up a little bit and add those eventually, but those are at least what's planned. If you want to know more about future guns, check out my future guns video on Escape from Tarkov. I just put it up, 2 weeks ago ish. It's pretty recent. Will blacking out from a bullet to the helmet become a thing? There's going to be concussion. There's going to be bleed out, stuff like that for going unconscious. There is going to be an unconscious state where your buddies are going to be able to help you up and stuff like that. So, concussion, yeah, hit to the helmet, that could be a thing. We'll see. We'll see with specifics like that. I think it's going to be more of like an explosive thing. I think, a hit to the helmet might be a little bit too easy. That might be an as realistic as playable thing. Just as they've increased the usefulness of helmets in game, that might be a thing that they also increase to make you not pass out just from a couple of shots to the helmet, because that would be an as realistic as playable thing. But we'll see. All right, let's do a lightning round here, guys. Let's do the last few questions, and then we'll head out for the day. I like keeping these to about an hour, and we're at the 58-minute mark here. So we'll see if we can finish it up here. Do you happen to know anything about the ammo type availability? Meaning anything better than standard 54539 PS? Is founded rate only? Will that be a possible outcome 2 weeks after wipe and such? I'm assuming you mean such. I'm not sure exactly where you want to go with that. There's going to be some that are available in traders, whether it be direct buy through in-game currency or through barter of some kind, and then also you can loot them anywhere. It theoretically, looting or finding it on map, especially if you're gonna go look for like that 545 BT and stuff like that pops up all the time. Especially if you want like PRS, which I don't advise. Maybe early white PRS is meh, but you'll find stuff like that all over reserve and like maps like that, or at least the military, the Russian regular kind of outposts and stuff that are around Tarkov. Availability, yeah, you're gonna have some that you're gonna be able to buy, you're gonna have some that you're gonna be able to barter, and you're gonna have some that are gonna be found in raid only, that kind of thing. And then you're gonna have some that'll, if it is found in raid only, you're gonna have it pop up on the flea market. But otherwise, that's also you're gonna have the sniper rounds that you can specifically craft the way that you want to craft eventually in the hideout here, with the incendiary and extra crazy sniper rounds and stuff like that in the future. But that's the quote unquote bullets, ammunition economy as I see it. So RPG maybe, RPG maybe. RPG is coming actually. RPG is planned. So is the Law, AT4, RPG 26, stuff like that. SPG, but that's going to be a in-place weapon. In the near future, will we be seeing some good railgun prototype? Yeah. For sure, yeah, Railgun coming to, you heard it here first, folks. Railgun and Tarkov, soon TM. Any update on English Bears? I know that I'm not sure what's going on with that. The broken English for Bears, they have it done. I'm not sure why it's not in the game yet. Will shockwaves throw us in the future? I don't know about that. I don't necessarily know about that. Maybe it'll concuss us and stuff, but I don't know about like ragdolls throwing us around and stuff. What do you think about loot dropping off as time goes on? things becoming more rare, etc. There is going to be dynamic economy events. I actually did a video on that recently. They're going to have stuff like that happen for sure. That is 100% planned. Dynamic economy events. Look that up specifically on the front page of the channel. There, you should see it. Now that I think of it, will BSG add a mechanic to encourage teamwork with randoms? That's karma. that is karma. You're going to need to look up karma, bud. If you don't know what karma is, you're up for a rude awakening there, because that's exactly what you're asking for. Yeah, look up the karma system, bud. New around here, wanted to ask what your favorite thing about content creating. Love your content. Keep it up. Favorite thing is just being able to play the game and make an income from it. Would be that. I know I'm not gonna be I don't have like any of the extra stuff that people tend to do with this stuff, but generally speaking, it's I get to talk about Tarkov. I just rattled off everything. It's not like I have notes here. It's not like I'm looking. With the skills there, I looked that stuff up, but this is literally all off the cuff here. I just love Escape from Tarkov that much, and I've been following it that closely that I just this is all just me hanging out and chatting with you guys. I'm just looking at the chat, and then if I need to look something up, it'd be pretty easy to look it up, but like this is generally just me talking. So yeah, this was kind of cool about it. And yeah. New around here, wanted to ask, what's your favorite thing about... Oh, that's the one I just got. All right, so we'll do the last two questions here. We got Michael, and then we got Runedog, and then we'll end it for the day here. I feel like map-to-map travel and having travel to traders will fix most of Tarkov progression problems. In theory, I don't know about fix, but it'll definitely change things up, and it'll be interesting to see what's going on with that when that does pop up into the game. Nikita was saying he didn't know if English-speaking bears fit into the lore of Tarkov. That wouldn't necessarily be a lore of Tarkov thing. It would be a as realistic as playable thing. But that does make sense of why it's taking so long, if that's what they're thinking. In terms of if they're so worried about VoIP, people need to understand what the scavs, what the bears are saying. So not everyone speaks Russian. Theoretically, there's probably more people that, at least in my mind, you can call if you have some stats on this. Call me on it. But I feel like there's more people that play Escape from Tarkov that at least understand more, if not speak English, than understand or actually fully speak Russian. But that's just my thought. Could be wrong with that. Call me on it if you got some stats, but we'll see. Or at least that's my theory on it. So I think it would make more sense to have those voice lines in. And all right, well, since there's only one last question, guys. Why did they remove some feature from the alpha, like the double barrel, underbarrel, GL, and stuff like that? It's for like testing purposes. I think there's something that goes along with the mechanism in that and the animations with that they didn't think fit into the game or they think would break the game for some reason or another. Like for instance, I know that revolvers, they're having an issue with the animations for revolvers. Could be very similar with the double barrels there, and the grenade launchers, they just needed to work because of we saw Landmark kill 4 people with the grenade launcher one of the first days that popped up. Grenade launchers in general just needed a bit of work, so those are going to be coming back. They all plan to be coming back. We just put a big ol' soon TM on those. Actually, speaking of GL40 being a actual useful attachment for the SCAR, though, we might be seeing the GL40 pop up as an underbarrel here. So we'll see. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today. Thank you guys very much for hanging out. I usually keep these to about an hour, and that's about an hour here. So for the latest Escape from Tarkov news, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I do these every morning from 9 a.m. Eastern United States time to 10 a.m. Eastern United States time. And if you didn't catch the full thing, you can catch the VOD going up on the channel. And if you are watching the VOD, there are some timestamps. If you skip to the end or whatever, there should be some timestamps in the description or at the top of the comments or whatever. Again, thank you guys very much for hanging out. And if I missed you, you can check out the comments. You can check out, again, me tomorrow if you want to. Or you can check out all of the hundreds of videos that I've made on Escape from Tarkov. I'm sure whatever your question might be, I've probably made a video about it. Otherwise, guys, again, I'm going to say it a million times, but again, thank you very much for hanging out. And I hope you have a nice day. See you guys.